Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely wild true story that honestly feels like it was pulled straight out of a Hollywood movie script. We're talking about a story that kicks off with a long-forgotten, almost prophetic photograph and ends up with the meteoric rise of a modern football prodigy. Now, if you follow global football at all, you already know the name we're going to discuss today. But what you might not know is how a deeply held family secret connected him to the greatest player of a generation, long before he ever even touched a professional pitch. Let's get right into it. Okay, picture this. It's late 2007. A 20-year-old Lionel Messi, who's right on the verge of becoming an absolute global icon himself, poses for UNICEF and FC Barcelona charity calendar. In the photo, Messi is gently bathing an unknown 6-month-old infant in this little plastic tub. For years and years, this picture was just, a cute, forgotten piece of charity memorabilia, an absolute mystery that perfectly sets up our entire narrative. Who on earth was this child? Well, believe it or not, that unknown baby is none other than Lamine Yamal. I mean, that is absolutely mind-blowing when you really think about it. His family kept this photograph a closely guarded secret for almost 16 years. They literally went about their lives completely unaware of how the destinies of that 20-year-old superstar and that tiny infant would intertwine in the history books of FC Barcelona. It's like the ultimate real-life foreshadowing, a snapshot of destiny way before anyone knew what that baby would grow up to become. Section 1. Roots in Rocafonda. Now, what's really fascinating here is that before the global superstardom, we have to look at his incredibly humble beginnings. Born in July 2007, he comes from a really rich cultural background. His father's from Morocco and his mother is from Equatorial Guinea. But his childhood? It was firmly anchored in Rocafonda, a working-class neighborhood in Madeira. He didn't start off in some pristine, manicured academy. Nope, he grew up learning his craft by playing football out on the rough concrete streets, dodging parked cars. And that is exactly where he developed that raw, unmatched street-style agility. And I've got to highlight this beautiful little detail about his background. His parents actually named him Lamine Yamal to honor two specific neighbors. See, during some incredibly difficult financial times for his family, these two neighbors, named Lamine and Yamal, really stepped up and provided crucial support to help them survive. It just shows you the deep sense of community and gratitude that literally defined his identity right from day one. Section 2. The La Masia Prodigy. Okay, so it wasn't long before those concrete street skills caught the eye of the right people. At just 7 years old, Barcelona's scouts spotted his raw talent and mesmerizing close control and brought him into the world-famous La Masia Academy. And from there, his ascent was ridiculously fast. He flew through the age groups at a pace that frankly left his coaches completely stunned. They knew right away this wasn't just a promising kid. He was completely extraordinary, a true generational talent. So let this exact age sink in for a second. 15 years, 9 months, and 16 days. This is exactly how old Lamine Yamal was when Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez decided, you know what, it's time. On April 29, 2023, in the 83rd minute against Real Betis, Xavi brought him onto the pitch. And boom, without one single substitution, history was made. He shattered over a century of club history, becoming the youngest player to ever make a senior debut for FC Barcelona. Just think about the absolute legends who have worn that shirt, including, of course, the man who bathed him in that mysterious photograph 15 years prior. And Lamy beat all of them to the pitch. Section 3. Rewriting the record books. But hey, that record-breaking debut? Just a warm-up act. It totally set the stage for the absolute storm of milestones he unleashed during the 2023-24 season. It was almost absurd how much he dominated La Liga. He was ticking off youngest ever milestones almost every single week. Youngest starter at 16 years and 38 days. Youngest assists a week later. Then, against Granada, the youngest goal scorer at 16 years and 87 days. He even became the youngest player to ever feature in El Clasico against Real Madrid, literally rewriting the rulebook in one of the world's toughest leagues. And naturally, he takes this exact same domestic dominance right to the national stage. In September 2023, during a massive 7-1 victory against Georgia, he debuts for Spain. And, yeah, of course he scored. At 16 years old and 57 days old, he became both the youngest debutant and the youngest ever goal scorer in the entire history of the Spanish national team. Section 4. Euro 2024 Champions. Now, the exact moment he went from a rising domestic star to a bona fide global phenomenon happened under the brightest lights possible, the summer of 2024. He completely shook the world at Euro 2024. He wasn't just tagging along, he was leading the charge. He provided a crucial assist to Nico Williams in the final against England, and get this, he lifted the UEFA Euro trophy exactly one single day after his 17th birthday. Naturally, he was named the young player of the tournament. Wait, actually, we have to pause and talk about that semi-final goal against France. A world-class, curling, long-range strike that just left everyone completely speechless. That goal was immensely historic because it shattered Pele's 66-year-old record from 1958 for the youngest player to ever score in a major international tournament. The little baby from that mysterious 2007 photo was now out here erasing records set by Pele himself. Just wild. Section 5. The meaning behind 304. Yet, amidst all this dizzying success, the fame, the broken records, Lamine keeps himself incredibly grounded. If you've ever watched him play, you've definitely noticed his deeply personal celebration. After every single goal, he holds up his fingers to flash the sign 304. And no, it's not just some random number. 304 represents the last 3 digits of his hometown Rocafonda's postal code, 08304. It's this brilliant, silent gesture, proving that no matter how much fame he achieves or how many massive trophies he lifts, he never ever forgets those concrete streets where he started. He literally carries his neighborhood with him onto the global stage. Section 6. Global Stardom. So what is the ultimate payoff of this journey from Rocafonda to European royalty? Well, he's firmly cemented his global stardom by claiming the Golden Boy Award as its youngest ever winner, of course. Plus, he took home the prestigious Copa Trophy. Today, he's universally renowned and frankly feared by defenders as one of the most dangerous playmakers on the right flank anywhere in the world. When you map out his trajectory like this, it's just unbelievable. From the streets of Rocafonda to that mysterious, destined 6-month-old photo shoot with Messi, from the scouting at La Masia to his Barca debut at 15, becoming the youngest La Liga scorer, conquering Euro 2024, and arriving fully formed as a global superstar. The mystery of the photograph is officially resolved, guys. The baby is now the king. Which leaves us with one fascinating, thrilling question to wrap up this explainer. What on earth is left to achieve for a player who has already conquered the football world at the age of 17? He has his entire career ahead of him, and we get the absolute privilege of watching it unfold. Thanks so much for joining me to uncover the incredible story of Lamine Yamal. Keep an eye out for that 304 celebration because we're going to be seeing it for a very, very long time.